video, I'm going to show you, this is a multiplication problem, but I already have the answer for you, except one of the factors is missing. This is why I have this black box sitting here. In this particular lesson, it really, I think it's going to set you up for a couple things. It's going to set you up to divide polynomials, and it's going to set you up nicely to start understanding how to factor polynomials, which you'll be doing pretty soon as well. So take a look at this problem. I just really want to know what is the black box? Like, what number has to go in there to make this statement true? We're going to multiply. So if we use the distributive property, we're going to multiply box times x and box times 2, but it's going to produce this answer, negative 4x minus 8. Okay, so what, and we can only choose one number for x, or I'm sorry, not for x, but for the box. So something times x gives us negative 4x. That same number times 2 produces negative 8. It's kind of like a Sudoku puzzle. We're kind of stretching your brain a little bit, but hopefully you can see that the number here, it's not really much work I need to show you, would just be a negative 4. So when you go check this, negative 4 times x, that would produce the negative 4x, and then negative 4 times positive 2 would produce the negative 8. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Let's try another one. This time I flipped it on you. I gave you the outside number, 7, then I took both of the inside numbers away, and it's going to equal 35v plus 14. Okay, so again, just put on your thinking cap. 7 times what number would give us the 35v? And we'll just go ahead and put this in descending order since our answer is in descending order. And then 7 times what number would give us that 14? Well, I hope you're on the other side of the screen yelling out the answers. So 7 times box, 7 times something is 35v. This would be a 5v. And then 7 times something would give us a positive 14. It's important to note that it is a positive, not negative, because we need to mark here that this is a positive 2. Okay, so our two boxes in this problem is 5v and positive 2. Okay, let's take a look at this last one. Now this one is a little more complicated because not only are there two boxes missing, but I have it set up for you. Hopefully you can recognize the pattern that this is a FOIL problem that has been multiplied. And here's your answer down here, the 16a squared minus 18a plus 5. But this one's really going to take some time to think. But I love it. I really do want you to think because your brain gets bigger and smarter. And like I said, this is going to set you up nicely when you go into factoring polynomials. So let's think about this idea of FOIL. Okay. Now when we multiplied the first term, okay, which was this right here, okay, that answer almost always, and in this case I'll go ahead and tell you, landed right here, the 16a squared as your first. Okay, so if we have box times 8a, and that's going to equal 16a squared, what has to be in the box? Well, 2a has to be in the box. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Okay, next, notice where the location of the last box is. It's in the end of the second binomial, which is what we actually did call last in our FOIL. And we would multiply those two together to come up with our last answer. So it's already a negative 1. And our last down here, and I know this is last because this middle one is usually always a combination of O and I. So we're not even going to touch the negative 18a, not this time around. If we already have the negative 1 and we're going to multiply it by something to get the positive 5, Well, think about it. How can a negative number turn into positive? Okay, it has to be another negative. Okay, and then the 1, to get it to the 5, we have to multiply by a 5. Oh, I wrote that one in black instead of blue. That's all right. And so we can go back through and check this real quick. We have the 2a times 8a, which is the 16a squared. If we check the outer and the inner, this 2a times the negative 5, I'm just going to write it down here. That would be a negative 10a. And then the inside is the negative 1 times 8a. And that right there, guys, is how we're going to get that negative 18a. And then, of course, negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. So our two missing boxes are the 2a and the negative 5. All right, it's your turn. Pause this video. You're going to see some problems pop up that I want you to try on your own.